To help deal with the threat of the Liang Province rebellion, the Han minister Zhang Wen recruited some elite Wuhuan cavalry from Yu Province around the year 187. Zhang Chun requested to be appointed as their commander, but Zhang Wen denied his suggestion, then appointed Gongsun Zan as cavalry commandant over them instead. When the Wuhuan reached Ji, however, many of them mutinied because the supplies that they were promised had not arrived. Some simply went home, but Gongsun Zan fought with the others and drove them off, but this made the Wuhuan view the Han negatively. Zhang Chun, the prefect of Zhongshan, was angry at being overlooked for the position, so before Gongsun Zan could take part in the campaign, he secretly made an alliance with the prefect of Daishan, Zhang Ju, and the Wuhuan tribal leader called Qiuliju. This tribal leader had about 5,000 clans under his rule, so the three of them combined their forces, which now numbered over 100,000, and they were based in Feiwu County. Zhang Ju declared himself emperor to challenge the reign of Emperor Ling for the mandate of heaven, and appointed Chun as the king of Anding. Then they started a rebellion by attacking and plundering Ji. In response, the Imperial court redirected Gongsun Zan's duty to fight the rebels, and appointed Meng Yi above him as a general of the household. Gongsun Zan made his advance with his 3,000 Wuhuan cavalry force that had stayed loyal. The early skirmishes went in their favour as they drove the rebels back deep into Xianbei territory. He continued his advance, but they pursued too far, becoming surrounded in a fort in Liaoxi. Zan was able to bravely endure for about 200 days, where his ferocious fighting earned him a notable reputation among the Wuhuan tribes. He suffered heavy losses before he was able to escape, however, around 50 to 60% of his unit, while Meng Yi disappears from history, so it seems likely he also came under a fierce attack at this time and died. Throughout the fighting, the rebels killed the colonel Gong Shichu, Yu Beiping's administrator Liu Zheng, and Liao Dong's administrator Yang Zhong, then seized control over those commanderies. They killed many more, then the rebel force moved through Ji, Qing, and Shu provinces, raiding and plundering anywhere they wanted. Xing province was ordered by imperial decree to send an attendant official to lead an army to defeat Zhang Chun. When they passed through Pingyuan, Liu Bei was recommended to join the army, but was gravely wounded in the countryside and had to fake his death in order to escape. After the rebels left, a friend loaded Liu Bei into a car and carried him away to safety. Thousands of Han officials and civilians had been killed by the time the scion of the imperial house Liu Yu took office as the governor of Yu province. He decided to pursue a peaceful approach and offered Qiuliju an amnesty in return for Zhang Chun's head, but Gongsun Zan objected. He disagreed with this approach, but it's likely he just wanted revenge against the Wuhuan for his earlier losses. Liu Yi dismissed his objections, then went ahead with recruiting the tribes from the northeast to assist him in suppressing the rebellion. Gongsun Zan took drastic action and had the emissary from Qiuliju assassinated before he could meet back up with Liu Yi, but despite this attempt to derail the process, Qiuliju still submitted to the court. When Liu Yi realised what had happened, he sought the court's permission to withdraw all the forces at the border other than Gongsun Zan and his 10,000 men. In 189, Zhang Chun was murdered by a house guest called Wang Zheng, while Zhang Ju fled further north and was never heard of again. Qiuliju died sometime in the early 190s, but his son Lu Ban was still young, so he was succeeded by another younger relative, Taden, who became the new grand leader of the Wuhuan tribes. Taden was well known for his wisdom, command skills and ferocity among the people of the Wuhuan, and now ruled over the tribes in Liaoxi, Yu Beiping, Yuyang and Shanggu commanderies. Throughout the 190s, Taden supported Yuan Shao in his power struggle against Gongsun Zan, so in return the tribal chieftains were awarded imperial seals and honours in the name of Emperor Xian. When Lu Ban came of age, Taden gave the reins of power to him, but continued to remain in charge over the tribes in Liaoxi. The other chieftains, such as Nanlu, Su Puyan and Wu Yan, pledged themselves under Lu Ban's leadership. He maintained friendly ties with Yuan Shang, following Yuan Shao's death in 202. When Shang was defeated by Cao Cao, he took shelter under Taden and the Wuhuan, who tried to help him regain control in northern China, but to no avail. It was too late for them to mount a proper defence when they heard that Cao Cao was on his way to attack them, but Taden still managed to muster thousands of horsemen to his side. During the Battle of White Wolf Mountain, Taden was captured by the Tiger and Leopard cavalry unit led by Cao Shun, and was later executed by Zhang Liao.